So I rap, but I like to go through like hip hop, pop music, and R&B. So it's like a combination of all three.
Okay, cool, man. So, I mean, the conversation that I'm trying to have right now is about, just digital distribution and, finding digital distributors that work best for you and which distributors you've used, how has it played out for you, whether you liked them or not, whether you decided to leave or if you stayed, why you stayed. So in the realm of digital distribution, have you released any music through a digital distributor?
Yes, I use DistroKid. So you just pay like an annual fee, and it releases to all streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Prime Music. And I've been using them since the beginning of this year. I released a 14-track mixtape when I was 16, and I put that out for non-profit just to like get my name out there. And then this year, I released a 5-song EP titled "Get on Board the Next Chapter" through DistroKid, and I haven't had any problems with them. And you just literally just go online, you fill out all your information, and then once you're ready to release a song, you can upload your cover art, and it gets released to platforms within 24 hours. Hold on.
Yeah, oh, there we go. I got you now. All right. Yeah. So, okay, to pick up where we left off, you said you used DistroKid, right?
Correct.
And you dropped 2 releases through them so far?
I've dropped one release, a 5-song EP.
Bet. And they got your music in all of the stores that you chose to distribute it to, and everything's been good since you've been using them?
Yes.
Okay, and how's your streaming numbers and everything like that doing? Like, are you, getting streams and stuff like that, getting sales, things of that nature?
Yes, so through like on Spotify, my highest streaming song right now is my single "Get a Bag," and that's at I believe like 1,200 streams. So with DistroKid, they release it to the stores, but it's the artist's job to promote the singles and songs so it can bring in attention to themselves. So I'm really good at, like I'll post photos and I'll put the lyrics, and then I'll put a link in my bio on Instagram or on Facebook. I'll post a photo, and then I'll drop the link to the music so that can bring people to my platforms to stream the music.
Okay, man. So using that platform and everything, man, there's some things I would say, right, that I don't know if you know or even care, right, in the way of things like YouTube content ID monetization, like does something like that matter to you at all?
Oh, definitely. Monetization, that's where funds will come in for your streams on your YouTube. So regular YouTube, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers for your video to be monetized, and I believe it's like 99 cents for every 1,000 views that you receive. And along with Spotify, their streams, I believe it's you get a percentage off every 1,000 streams. And with DistroKid, you can hook up your bank account to it, or you can hook up a prepaid card, which I decided to put a prepaid card because it is a digital distribution. So if they were to get hacked, I wouldn't want my bank information on there. So I put a PayPal card. So anytime that a video hits 1,000 views, any money that I receive gets sent straight to my card.
Okay. But the question I was asking, right, because, I do these reviews of these digital distributors, so, there's a lot that I know about them. But what I wanted to know, because DistroKid, right, they partner with a company called Audium, right, for Content ID, which allows you to monetize your YouTube videos, right? But
Yeah.
their partnership with Audium decided to make the decision where they no longer allow hip-hop and EDM to monetize YouTube. So if you are a user of DistroKid, you cannot monetize your music on YouTube through Content ID. So I was asking if that was a concern of yours at all. Like if you're getting, streams on YouTube where you would look at that and kind of be like, well, damn, I would like to make some money from those streams or from those views, or if you're just like, yo, it's just about exposure right now.
Well, here's the thing. I release my audios through DistroKid, but for my music videos, which would grant the most streams, so say my music video, Get a Bag, has 6,000 views, that's released on my personal YouTube through me. So DistroKid has nothing to do with the streams or the monetization of the singles that I have music videos for. So yeah, I would definitely care. I did not know that they lost that partnership with them, but so for my own personal music videos and then performances, because I have my name I have my name trademarked and all my music copywritten, and I get royalties off of plays of my music as well. So I feel for any artist that's putting music out with a distributor, you have to make sure that you have your end fulfilled, and make sure that you have other sources to make sure you're gathering income from them and your streams.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the smart bet, to make sure all your bases are covered, And I just look at it from the standpoint of, with digital distribution, man, you got to just make sure, you go with the right distributor that covers everything you kind of need covered, because it's like you have, one aspect of it, and that's the aspect of affordability and how much, they charge you and stuff like that. But there are other aspects, to digital distribution. Like the main thing that you need a digital distributor to do is distribute your music and get you in as many stores as possible, and different distributors get you into a different number of stores and different stores, so DistroKid is one of the distributors that get you into a small amount of stores, right? They get you into about 18 stores in comparison to other distributors that might get you into maybe about 40 or more, right? They also charge you, extra fees for like Shazam, extra fees for Content ID, extra fees to have your music automatically added to new stores. So when things happen, like when Facebook decided to allow people to monetize their music on the platform, if you didn't go into DistroKid and update your releases to have them distributed to Facebook and Instagram, then you're probably not monetizing there. And any new stores that get introduced, if you don't manually go in and check for your music to be added, then your music is not monetized there. So it can result in a loss of revenue, right? Because now it just puts a lot more pressure on you to kind of keep up with what new stores are up and running, and going into your system and updating every release to have that release added to those stores and things like that. So it's like those things, man, and the lack of stores and the additional fees for some of those other services that I view as critical, but I don't know if you do, but those things can kind of result in a loss of revenue, a loss of opportunities, right? A lot of that type of stuff, but I do feel like it's a distributor that makes sense if you release a lot of music every year, and you are kind of just feeling your way through the process, where you're just trying to figure out if there is something out there for you, if there's a fan base for you, right? If that's where you're at with it, then I feel like, DistroKid is a good distributor. But if you've already kind of got some footing, right, where you got some fans and you got some streams and stuff like that, I do feel like there's a point where you progress past it, right? Where it's like you got to kind of look at your numbers and make an assessment and look at your revenue and say, okay, well, here's how much I'm making, per year from each release, and okay, well, what are some of these other places have to offer? Because, hey, I got a fan base and people are streaming my music. It definitely, if you look at your analytics and you see you getting streams from foreign countries and stuff like that, then distribution to those places becomes critical, because it's a loss of revenue. If your music is not available to them, they can't listen to you kind of like look into how you're doing things and try to determine, whether that's the best place for you to be.
Oh, definitely. I always shop around, and anytime I release a song, I look at first week streams, second week streams, and then I look at it for a month and then the 6 months. And I also shop around. I've seen CD Baby. I've seen multiple distributors, but as I grow as an artist and get more fans and get more bodies of work to have on platforms, then that's when more publishing will be able to intervene, and I will be able to not have to use DistroKid and then go to more of a like maybe an independent label or independent distributor that is not like DistroKid or CD Baby, and then that's how my music would be released. But until I'm able to reach that point, then I have to maneuver, like you said, with what is provided, and I'm not super rich, so I'm able to network and work with them. And also, like I said, I own my own music, and I everything's like copywritten, and I make sure I get my royalties through ASCAP. So every single time the song is played and someone's recording it on a Snapchat video or put on Facebook, I'm getting royalties deposited to my prepaid card.
Okay. So, we're going to wrap it up. This is Elijah Røyal, right?
Yes.
You're a DistroKid, great experience. Just tell everybody where they can find you. Tell them, where they can find your releases, and then we can, get on up out of here. Go ahead, Elijah.
Alrighty, so my name is Elijah Røyal. I have a 5-song EP titled Get On Board the Next Chapter, which is available on all streaming platforms. My Instagram is I am Elijah Røyal. SoundCloud is Elijah Røyal / through my O, and that's how you'll be able to find me. And if you just search my single Get a Bag, that's probably the quickest way you'll be able to find me.
All right, bet. Thanks for your time.
And thank you for having me and contacting and reaching out. Thank you so much.
No doubt. All right.
Have a good one.
You too. Peace.